So it's 6 a.m. now and I'm at the airport waiting to board the flight. So the thing with early morning flights is I always calculate that I need to be 3 hours ahead. So that means that if the flight is at 7, I need to be at the airport for at least 6. Usually an hour and a half before, so that would have been 5:30. And it takes me around an hour to get ready. And I normally factor in an hour to get to the airport. So 7 o'clock flight, 6 o'clock minimum I need to be at the airport, which means that I need to leave at 5, which means I need to wake up at 4. So that's how I calculate the amount of time, or the time that I need to wake up to get an early morning flight. So now I'm gonna be heading straight to the hotel, get changed to my suit, which is there, and then I got to meet a colleague and then roll straight into meetings. So the idea will be is to try and vlog and try and capture as much of the day as possible, just so that I can show some of you guys what my typical day in India looks like. I've just checked into the hotel room. Here's the view. As you can see from the quality of the air, it's pretty poor, though the fog has cleared up a little bit. But this is what the Delhi air quality looks like. So, better get ready. So I didn't get time to change. I had to roll straight into meetings because my first meeting actually was preponed. So now I've finished 3 meetings back to back. Need to get ready and dash to my next meeting. And that's gonna take me a good hour in traffic to reach. So I've just finished up with meetings here in NOIDA, which was great. I had 2 meetings here which were back to back. Thank you. 2 meetings here which were back to back, and it was a long distance because I was in the car for about an hour and a half getting here. Now I have to go to a place called GURGAON where our KRIS GETHIN facility is being fitted out, and that is going to take me probably an hour and a half to reach. Then I've got 2 more meetings back at the hotel. So yeah, this area is, I do like coming here because where I am, this is where our office for iPlex is, thank you. This is where our office for our iPlex brand is, where we take care of influencer marketing. And as you can see around me, it's pretty awesome. But the only thing is, it's quite far from where I normally kind of base myself out of when I'm in Delhi or Gurgaon. So, let's roll. Finally here. Took me nearly 2 hours, and I'm outside the site where the KRIS GETHIN gyms is being constructed. Let's take a look inside. One of the things here in India, which is quite common, is co-working spaces. So because the site at KRIS GETHIN gyms here, it's actually a building site. So my team, corporate team, don't really have a proper office to work from currently. So we've just taken some space here in this co-working area, which is pretty cool. They've got a huge space downstairs. We're just finalising the paperwork just there right now. So this is the first thing that I have had to deal with as soon as I've reached, which is good. Is that on a local level for this centre, and we do this with most centres, is we can actually have a team based here immediately. So there'll be interviews conducted as of tomorrow morning, and for recruiting, and of course all the meetings that we have for marketing, strategy, and so forth can all now take place in a proper office environment. So there's quite a lot that actually goes on behind the scenes when we're setting up centres. So we have our headquarters in the north of India, we have one in Punjab, we have one in Mumbai, but every single gym that we set up, we always need to have a localized office too, where day-to-day activity can be taken care of. Right, so now we are walking into where the KRIS GETHIN gym's site is. You see behind me? Quite a lot of work happened since I was last here. There's the carpentry happening. The office is there. You can see that things are shaping up well. This clearly looks like what the video is going to be. Let's go through the plans and the timelines. I have a team who normally take care of this for me, but every time I visit a site, I always like to overlook things, just double check things to make sure things are going to plan and are on point. Because otherwise what happens is, if you leave things too late and there are any errors, they actually cost a lot more to fix. So it's best to always ensure that your team is on point. Wish I had builder shoes though. My shoes will get ruined here. But it's all good. It's worth it. So that's it from the site. I now have to go through the plans and wrap up here before I head to my next location. Over and out. This is what the traffic looks like. Been in traffic for over an hour. And this is literally from Gurgaon to the Aerocity. Crazy traffic. So my battery died on the phone last night, so I wasn't able to kind of capture the last few moments. But I finished, I think, just after 2 a.m. Last night, and now I'm on the way to the airport to get my flight to London. Thank you to Ashwani buddy. Ki hal hai buddy?
All good, buddy.
All good?
Fantastic.
Excellent. So usually I miss flights when he drops me off. So I didn't tell him the real timing of my flight. I actually lied to him. So I kept an extra margin of about an hour. So I will make the flight. I'm pretty confident. Let's see. So I am actually still in India. So I missed my flight this morning. Something came up which I had to take care of, and as a result I was not able to make my flight, though I was checked in and everything else. So it was a bit of a process because I had to kind of go back through immigration the other way, which was a long process, but anyway, it's done. Managed to get the work that I had completed, and also had a little bit of downtime as well. I took advantage of the fact that nobody knew where I was, which is actually quite a unique thing for me, because normally people know where I'm going to be. I expect calls when people know that I'm on the ground, and because most people assume that I was up in the air on a flight to London, I was actually able to kind of focus on things that I didn't plan to focus on. So it was a great day, very, very productive. But I managed to find another flight, which is like a 2 a.m. flight. So I'm now on the way to the airport, and hopefully I won't miss this one. Let's see. Okay, so I'm at the airport. Second time in 24 hours. Checked into the flight. Went past security this morning and got to the gate and had to change my schedule. But this time I'm gonna get this flight. I'm gonna go home now. But it's not unusual for me to change my schedule last minute. In fact, almost all of my international flights last year to India had been changed more than once. Either the flying out or flying in dates, because of commitments that I have in various places that have to kind of take priority, and that was the case today. So it does become a little bit frustrating sometimes, especially when you've got plans already made, but then of course you have to weigh out the priorities and work out whether it's worthwhile changing those plans, you know. So yeah, it's now around 1:30 a.m. and I've been up since early morning. Last few days have been, I've been deprived of sleep, which isn't something that I'm really happy about, because I definitely have been prioritizing my well-being, my health. So yeah, looking forward to catching up on some sleep on the plane right now. So we are back on home soil. Icy weather.